In two previous videos, I showed how you can use an old tabletop to slide heavy things or bulky things in and out of your minivan or an SUV. But then I got thinking, not everybody can pull a 300-pound load flat on the back of your car. So I came up with the next generation, a slider with wheels and a track. Lightweight, and it moves freely. So freely, if your car's at an angle, you got to put a pole back here to keep it from going forward. And the other great thing about the slider now, can roll it on any surface. Carpeting, tile, wood, to and from your car. And the track, easy to build, low cost, but strong. The track rails come off of these two end pieces for storage. The install is pretty simple. It's 5 feet long. You can get these channels at any construction store. They come in 10 feet, just cut it in half. And then put your slider on. Now you'll notice one thing, my car's at an angle. The slider goes forward because of gravity and the angle. Got a helper stick, and I put this in the front of the track. Has a little toggle in order to remove it, but that keeps the wheels in place so that I can load it up and then pull this and it will go forward under control. I still have the handles from my previous build. They're still working to help move it back and forth. And then load it up. Now I use mulch because it's heavy and bulky and easy to demonstrate. I got some comments previously. I just pay somebody to take the mulch to my house. The mulch is an example of a load. You can put anything in here. Heavy gear, sports equipment, hardware, a washing machine. Whatever you have, the slider will work for you. Handles on the side. I'm going to pull this pole. And if you didn't have a slope, you wouldn't need this pole. So you might want to think about that depending on where you're loading. But see how easy it slides forward? Take the same pole you had before, push it in place, and that will keep it from moving back and forth. That's one of the things we noticed right away when we first installed this, is you really need this pole to make sure you set the wheels. The wheels do have locks, but if you have a heavy load, it'll still slide a little bit. So the pole is important. Then once you get to your destination, this is so much easier than the slider. It took a bit of time to go through several iterations, how to put this together. But now that it's finished, I'll show you all the little pieces of the designs and the trade-offs, what kind of wheels to use, all that kind of stuff. I'll post a lot of the hardware and concepts down below in case you're interested. But this is something that anybody could do, relatively easy, and you can expand it beyond your car to work in your house. And if you have a big van, like a transport van, you could use the same concept, just double it up on the track. Track is galvanized channel. It's a 10-footer. I cut it in half. So there's the wheel, top down. It does have the stopper, and then it has these little ridges in there. So when you push it down and lock it in place, it's not going to go anywhere. When you pop it down, or up in this case, then it's free to move again. Wing nuts at the end function as stoppers, so this isn't going to fall off, run off, which would be bad. I use 3-inch wheels, and you want to make sure the thickness of the wheel is not bigger than the channel. If it's smaller than the channel, then it's going to bounce around. The 3-inch wheels allowed me to carry a bigger load and work really well in the channel. The only challenge is it's also raising this whole platform up. So if that's an issue for you, you might want to look into 2-inch wheels, and I'll provide an option down below. Here's a closer look at the channels. They're really strong and they're going to work great. What I did is I mounted the wheels first to the tabletop, plywood or whatever you're using. Then I cut this so that it would fit directly under the lip. There's a bit of an angle on this side and on the other side, but I just ignored that because the angle is so small that if you just do a straight cut down, you're good to go. And I numbered 1, 1, 2, 2, so I wouldn't get confused in putting this thing together. This is how it comes apart. Pop 1-inch, 1/4-inch bolt, screw out, and it comes off in 4 pieces. And then you just line them up, flatten them up. The longest piece is this. You can put the tracks on top of each other. When you want to assemble it, you just, the 1/4, 3/4 inch long bolt. And then I like these wing nuts because they have a washer built in. You could use a regular wing nut. You wouldn't have to go fancy like this, but these things come in so handy because they're just one piece, washer and wing nut. So they work perfectly on this kind of stuff. Here's what the bottom looks like. I'm using a mending plate, the screws provided, 1/4 diameter, 3/4 inch long screw that you saw from the other side. You'll notice this tape in place. It's just Gorilla Tape, and the reason why I'm using it is to keep that edge from cutting anybody. Put your pole in place, make sure you have access to that toggle, and then unload from the slider. This thing really works well. And again, it's portable. You can take it apart, put it on the side, put a bungee around it, wrap it up, and then you still have the slider here to move all sorts of stuff outside your car. Thumbs up and comments always appreciated. Thanks for watching. If you're interested in all sorts of ideas to make your life easier, home repairs, making and breaking things, designs of all kinds, I even do costumes, cosplay, and props. Check out your channel and please subscribe, because you never know what idea for moving things you're gonna see.